Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
Hello and welcome to the Dropkick Skeptics. This is the 5th episode. My name is Xavier, and with me, as always, is my co-host Luca. What are we doing? Talking about today?
Okay, so for our first segment, the news and rumors, I just want to start off very serious. I wanted to pay respect to Anton Yelchin.
Yeah, dude, you have no idea how sad I was when I heard what happened. Like, honestly, before I even considered doing this show with you, I wanted to do, I was thinking about doing one of my own shows, and one of the ideas that I had was I wanted to do the best up and coming, actors, and he probably would have topped that list.
Yeah.
And it's really sad to say that he's gone, which honestly it really just breaks my heart right in half to hear what happened to him. For those of you who don't know, Anton Yelchin is, or was rather, he was a very, very good actor.
Yep.
He was in, and surprisingly, he never even really got his breakout role. He was in Terminator Salvation. He played Kyle Reese. He was
Fright Night.
Right, he was in Fright Night.
He's in Fright Night.
He was in Fright Night. He was
the remake.
remake.
Yeah, it was good
David
too.
Tennant. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in Star Trek. He was Chekhov.
Yep.
And most recently, and in a way, it's a little sad that it was the last movie of his that we've seen was Green Room.
Yep.
And that's a really sad, and that movie makes you feel really empty. And now knowing that he's gone just kind of adds to that.
Yeah. I mean, Green Room is my favorite movie so far this year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He was really good in it. I'm not sure what his last movie is, but I know he has Star Trek 3 coming up.
Right, and I think he does have another either movie or some kind of short, maybe, that's unreleased. And I don't know if it's going to come to the light now or if it's going to be released. So
it's just a real shame. He was 27 years old.
Yeah.
It was a freak accident.
He was pinned between his Jeep and his mailbox.
Yep.
It's just really it's
he just
really
went to go
sad.
check his car, and the car he went to go check his mail, and the car was just rolling back.
Yeah.
So it was but anyways, no, we just wanted
to pay our respects to an actor that really just had such a bright future and career ahead of him. And if anybody can take anything away from him as a person, because I don't know how many people have seen him in interviews, but the guy was super humble, never let any of this fame go to his head. He was always really appreciative to be where he was.
Yep.
And that's how I've always, aspired to be.
Yeah.
So I just want to say again that, it's a shame that he's gone.
Yeah.
But, he's left behind a pretty good legacy of, movies behind him. If you've never seen Charlie Bartlett, by far my favorite movie that he was in.
Okay.
The one with him and Robert Downey Jr. Yeah.
Okay. My favorite movie of his was I'm sorry to say it was Green Room. It was definitely Green Room. I think that besides him, everybody else was good in it, but he was really good in it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just it's sad. And
Rest in peace, man.
yeah, exactly. Just, rest in peace. All right, so let me ask you this, Xavier. Did you love The Conjuring 2, right? Did you like The Nun?
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, well, she's getting her own movie.
I can't say that I'm all right with that. I mean, it's not going to be James Wan, right?
No, fuck no.
All right, so then this doesn't need to happen.
No, it does.
Unless
it's the
James
same thing with Annabelle.
Right.
Annabelle, I don't remember the director's name, but it was James Wan's cinematographer that did it. Look, don't get me wrong, it was a good-looking movie, but the movie sucked ass.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. Annabelle was dog shit.
Yeah, it wasn't. But you don't need a whole movie about the scary nun from The Conjuring 2. You want to know why the scary nun worked? Because she was in there in small doses.
Right.
That's why it worked. And besides, why would you want a movie about her? We know how to beat her already.
Exactly. So
say
it's
her name.
What is the point of? I mean, it's basically like it's a prequel. It has to be. So obviously, she's gonna get away in the end or whatever, and it's gonna be unresolved because we already know how her story ends.
Exactly. And somebody's gonna say, "Oh, it'll probably be a prequel." About how she became that nun. I don't want to know.
Exactly.
I don't want to know.
If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 fucking times. It's like, once you give the killer a backstory, they cease to be scary.
It's not going to be good. It's not. I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound really negative, but it's not going to be good. You know when it's going to come out? It's going to come out in January.
Yep.
Or February. It's going to probably be number one that weekend. Probably going to be low budget too. Probably around definitely. $10 million, $20 million budget. And it's going to fucking kill. Because it's the nun from, The Conjuring. Like Annabelle, I'm pretty sure kills.
People will still flock to go see it because...
There's going to be an Annabelle sequel.
Right.
So that speaks, volumes.
People are definitely going to flock to go see it because it's a horror movie. And those movies just make bank because people want to be scared. But it's just like... Pick and choose the right movies.
Yeah,
That goes for the filmmakers and the audience.
Mm-hmm. I'm not excited for it. I'm just, look, if they say, hey, we're going to make a Conjuring 3, James Wan is back, I'm on board.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
For a shameless cash grab like this,
yeah,
I want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's move on to a former horror director, well, not former horror director, but horror director Eli Roth. He got the job of directing Death Wish. Now, Death Wish is going to be a retelling of the 1970s classic, and it's going to star Bruce Willis.
Okay. I actually like that idea.
Okay.
Bruce Willis being the star. I think that's pretty cool. I haven't seen Death Wish since I was, little, so I don't really remember a lot about it, because, I used to watch a bunch of action flicks with my dad when I was a kid.
Okay.
And that was probably one of them. So, can you fill me in a little bit?
Yeah, I'm not excited for this at all.
No?
No, this is going to be...
I can't say I'm excited because I know how Eli Roth operates, but as far as, the idea of, a retelling of Death Wish with Bruce Willis, I like that. That's about it.
Okay, but here's my situation with it. Bruce Willis, when I was a younger kid, was one of my heroes. Like Die Hard, Fifth Element, you name it. I loved him. He's an asshole. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah,
he's the kind of guy who likes to take creative control.
Yeah.
Even though...
Well, the movie wasn't going to move forward until he okayed it, everything.
Okay.
So...
And we're back. I'm no longer... not that I'm not interested, but it's just now I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. Look, Eli Roth is very passionate about his filmmaking, which is cool.
You can appreciate that.
Yeah, you can appreciate that, but he
doesn't have a good track record.
I don't mean to sound like an asshole. He's not that good of a filmmaker, man. He's not that good of a filmmaker.
The first Hostel was all right.
Exactly. In my opinion, all of his, I want to call them watchable movies, are okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I don't...
They're like the kind of movies that, if they come on and you got nothing better to watch, it's all right, fuck it. But, his bad movies are really bad. Aftershock, was it? Jesus, that movie was so bad. And he has a common trend in his movies, and this is what I hate. And this is one of the things that'll take me out of any movie, is his characters are not likable at all.
That's what's going to happen in Death Wish.
Yep.
Bruce Willis is probably going to be the only one with a conscience, and everybody else is going to be a fucking prick.
Yep.
I guarantee, because Death Wish in the 70s, a lot of people think it's an action movie. It's actually not. It's actually, people think of Death Wish 2 and 3, the canon films.
Right.
I believe they're canon, yeah. Death Wish is actually a drama, man. It's a serious drama about a father taking vigilantism into his life.
Right.
It's a very, it has good themes. That's what I'm trying to say. But I always seen it as a '70s movie.
Right.
Like
okay.
I understand what Bruce Willis is trying to do. He's trying to get his Equalizer taken. He's trying to get launched back up.
Yeah.
But you don't have to take Death Wish. You can just call it like something else.
Right. There's nothing wrong with taking inspiration from an older movie, but you don't have to necessarily remake it.
Yeah. And I guarantee Eli Roth makes every guy in here except for Bruce Willis a rapist creep.
Yep. Definitely.
I guarantee it.
That's his go-to.
I guarantee it. And I hate that I hate movies like that portray like all men as pigs. I hate that. Like, I'm not saying women have it easy, because they don't, but
like,
I always want to share that with people. I hate that. I can't like, everybody's one note.
I don't know, man. It's just that it's just his go-to, and I don't really understand why, or like what inspires him to keep, I guess, writing his characters this way. But I mean, if that's the message he's trying to put out there, received, bro. We received it a long time ago, dude.
Exactly.
Like, you don't have to keep telling us.
Exactly. But I'm not excited for this. Willis is gonna probably just mail in the performance, not be there. Eli Roth the passion's gonna be there, but
the execution not so
is
much.
not gonna. Yeah, exactly. The execution not so much. All right, so let's move on to something a little bit more fun. There was a new Power Rangers poster released.
Yeah.
And Bryan Cranston is Zordon.
And we have come full fucking circle, Bryan Cranston. Welcome back. For those of you who don't know, originally in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it was the first season of the show, Bryan Cranston apparently was just kind of hanging around the studio for a while there, and they needed some people to do some voice acting, and they were like, hey, you want to voice, one of the villains? And he was like, yeah, sure.
Yep. He voiced two monsters, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was and this is...
I don't remember.
It
was like a snake thing,
I know
right?
exactly which ones they are.
Yeah.
I know their names, because I'm a huge Power Rangers nerd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
I've watched pretty much every season of Power Rangers except for like the last two, maybe. Bryan Cranston played the Snizzard.
Yes.
He was the cross between a snake and a lizard.
Okay.
And I think his name was Mirror Man, or not Mirror Man, but like something along the lines of like Mirror Man or Mirror Master or something like that, kind of like the Flash villain.
Okay.
So Bryan Cranston voiced a couple of the villains in Power Rangers, and he was such good friends, I think, with the creators that they actually decided to name the Blue Ranger after him. So that's why the Blue Ranger's name is Billy Cranston.
I didn't even notice that until you mentioned it yesterday. I just thought his name was, Cranston is, I don't know if it's a common name, but
yeah, so
that's pretty goddamn awesome.
Yeah,
I'm super excited.
I was going to say, so if you can't tell, I'm really excited for Bryan Cranston to come full circle and now be Zordon is pretty fucking cool in my opinion.
It is. I'm super excited for this movie. Big budget.
Yeah.
I'm reading the current comic right now. I forgot who's writing it, but it's a Mighty Morphin comic book, and it really balances the cheese and the not so it doesn't. It's not full on cheesy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's a line. You know what I mean? Like it's not too dark and it's not too cheesy. It's like right.
It's the right amount.
The best way to describe it is Spider-Man, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. Okay. That's honestly the best way. It gets really cheesy, but then it backs up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what is it? Elizabeth Banks is going to be Rita Repulsa?
Yes.
And it looks like they're going for kind of, an origin to the Green Ranger, making her more green looking, kind of weird. But I'm super excited for this Power Rangers movie because it seems like, the right pieces are falling into place finally. Yeah. And they have a good cast.
Yeah, I'm glad they went no name with the Rangers. I think that's a good idea. Another positive, Bryan Cranston obviously is a positive.
And the suits look good.
I like
the only
suits.
thing that I don't like is the little arc reactor looking things in the chest.
That's actually the. I read somewhere that if you look closely, because we only had one picture of it, but that's the. Remember how the Power Rangers had like the gold plates in the middle?
Right.
That's the animal they are.
Okay.
But it's in there. Yeah, like I like the suits. People.
A lot of people were complaining.
People bitch, oh, it's like Iron Man. Well, yeah, I can see that. I can honestly see that. Yeah, but I like it. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see them in motion. Like when they finally release a trailer. That's when I can actually. Awesome. Yeah, that's when I can actually form an opinion on the suits. Like, officially.
Yep.
So, also speaking of casting and images being released, we're finally getting some more information on Rogue One.
Yep.
Which I'm gonna let you take this one because I believe you have all the information.
Yes, I do.
Here. Okay.
Okay, so Felicity Jones is the main actress in it, right?
Right.
She, you've seen her in all the trailers. One trailer.
Yeah.
Okay, so she said her name in a trailer. It's Jen Erso.
Yeah. Jin Erso.
Not to be kiddie-ish, but I kept saying Jin asshole. I don't know why.
I mean, to each his own. It's funny
because I was watching it in the theater and she went, "I'm Jin Erso," like I'm
because the accent it sounds close.
Yeah, and I looked at Phil and I was like, "Did she say I'm Jin asshole?" Because that's cool. So, yeah, she plays the protagonist.
She has a lot of ties to what is it? The creator.
By the way, before we get into this, spoilers.
Yeah, there may be.
Yeah.
This is just speculation.
Yeah.
We're discussing some of the.
Well, one of the characters I read about, definitely a spoiler in there.
All right.
Actually, there's 2 spoilers in this. All right.
So if you don't want to hear anything potentially spoiler heavy or spoiler related, just click on the annotation that I'll set up
exactly
and move on to the next story.
So Erso has been on her own ever since, developing both her fighting skills and knowledge of the galactic underworld along the way. By the way, I want to give all the credit to Entertainment Weekly because they came out with all this. All right, so the next character is
Diego Luna.
Diego Luna,
the actor's name.
Yeah, what was he in?
I have no idea.
Good start. Okay, he was.
I can look into it while you're reading.
He's Captain Cassian Andor. Andor. I'm terrible with names.
Cassian Andor.
There you go. Yeah. See, I'd be a substitute teacher. He's a by-the-book rebel intelligence officer. And now Jin Erso's handler.
Which, I mean, I'm hoping that maybe it kind of circles back to what I was saying before about him maybe being kind of like a Kyle Katarn character, but it doesn't seem like they're going that direction. So.
And for all you Donnie Yen fans out there, Donnie Yen plays Chira Imwe. It's like so confusing.
All right.
The Star Wars names.
I'm taking a guess here. I'm usually pretty good with names, but this one's giving me a hard time. It's Chirrut Imwe.
Yeah, we'll just go with
something
that.
Along that.
So check this out. This is this actually got me. Yeah,
Diego Luna was in Milk, The Terminal, and Elysium. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
and I've seen all 3 of those movies.
Yeah, I totally forgot. But yeah, Donnie Yen plays a blind warrior who has devoted himself to the Jedi Code, becoming fearsome but still quite spiritual.
So he'll probably be like our bit of a tie to, the greater Star Wars universe with the Jedi and all that, but I don't know. It's interesting to see where it goes. Like maybe he's like an exiled Jedi or something. I want to know his story. I just want to know because Donnie Yen's a fucking badass.
Yep, and he's blind.
Yeah.
Just like Korn. That song by Korn.
Who's next?
Next is Baz Malbus. He is Chirrut's close friend and the bodyguard, using his armor and array of blasters to do the fighting for him.
All right, that's pretty cool.
He's probably going to die.
Most likely.
I laughed at this next name. I like the actor though. His name is I thought it was Bodhi
Rook.
Bodhi Rook.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Bodhi.
Yeah, Bodhi. It's Keanu Reeves. Okay, so Bodhi Rook, played by Riz Ahmed. Is that it? Did you say Ahmed?
Yep.
Yeah,
Riz Ahmed.
Riz Ahmed, who was in Nightcrawler. He played the intern.
Oh,
Jake
shit,
yeah.
he was?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's different.
Yeah. They made him Star Warsy.
Yeah.
So,
I was reading that earlier. I believe he's the pilot.
Yep, and he's a hothead.
Like, why is it always the pilot that's like, it's like, oh, I'm the hot-headed pilot. Like, I don't play by your daddy's rules. Like,
yeah, right.
why is every pilot such like a freaking
asshole? I don't know.
What's up with that?
Maybe it's the air.
Could be getting the lack of oxygen to the brain up there. Just doesn't give a fuck anymore. All right, and then we have the droid.
Played by Alan Tudyk.
For those of you guys who don't know who Alan Tudyk is, he was Wash on Firefly, and if you've ever seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil, he was also in that.
I'll say one of my favorite lines he's ever said. It's called the lance. Hello.
Oh shit, that was him. Okay.
And what was when they were dancing? And he dances like a girl. And then he punched him punched what's his face in the face? Paul Bettany.
Yeah. That was what was it, a Knight's
Tale? Yeah. All right, but moving on. He plays
a droid.
Yeah. K2SO.
K2SO
or maybe it's pronounced K2SO.
Could be.
Yeah, K2SO.
We'll see when the movie comes out. Typically, they pronounce it phonetically, like each letter and number.
Yeah. So it has to be K2SO. Okay. So I like.
They'll probably just call him K2.
Yeah, I love this. He's a tough as nails security droid that is neither fragile like the prequel battle droids, nor all that concerned with human-cyborg relations like C-3PO. Instead, he's seeking to atone for past sins.
Which I want to know what those sins are.
That is, like, we've seen droids in Star Wars. I've never heard a description for a droid like this.
Yeah.
In the Star Wars. I mean, there's been robots with attitude, obviously.
Right.
But I've never heard of a robot in the droid in the Star Wars universe quite like this.
Yeah, the speculation as far as he's concerned is essentially, I think he was a part of the Empire somehow, and was either reprogrammed or just defected with Jin and, went over to the rebel side. So we'll see what happens. I really want to know what his backstory is. Me too.
All right, so next up is Jin's dad, Galen Erso, played by Mads Mikkelsen, who's also going to be in. Why was I going to say Finding Dory? He was also
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange, because of the D's. No, I don't know. So, yeah, he plays Jin's estranged father. And he's basically responsible for the Doomsday Machine that the rebels are. So he's probably responsible for he's
probably
being
the engineer behind creating the Death Star.
He's not that good of an engineer.
I mean,
he left a big hole in it.
Yeah, just one shot. One shot is all it takes.
There you go. You blew it.
You blew it.
You blew it, Galen.
And then lastly we have, well, not exactly lastly, but we'll get to that.
Ben Mendelsohn is director Orson Krennic, who seeks nothing but to gain the good graces of his enforcer, Darth Vader, and his Emperor Palpatine by using his elite squad of death troopers to quell the rebellion once and for all. I wonder if they do.
Maybe. I mean, this is its own contained story. We have no idea where it's going to go at all. I have no idea where this story is going to go.
Yeah, so I cannot wait for that. And the next thing...
I think this is the last one.
Yeah, is Forrest Whitaker's character. Now, this is a big spoiler. Xavier, here, I want you to actually read it for the first time.
Okay. Because I didn't actually...
Let me get to
I saw the article, but I didn't actually read... Or the article that I read only just said that he could be somebody... And
this
didn't
got
say
me,
who or or like give any kind of backstory.
This got me super excited. All right, so Forrest Whitaker is... Go ahead, Xavier.
Okay. So it says here, Lucasfilm has finally revealed who Forrest Whitaker's mystery character is. Saw Gerrera. Who is that? If the name sounds familiar, then you're a diehard Star Wars The Clone Wars fan, where the character premiered. Gerrera was featured on Season 5, Episode 2, A War on Two Fronts. His character, along with his sister Steela and others, were a group of rebel insurgents on the planet Onderon, occupied by a separatist. Okay, so then it just gives like backstory on who voiced the character.
Yeah,
so
you don't have to go through all that.
Important.
But this got me super excited because they're connecting the cartoons to the movies now.
Which is awesome.
That's amazing.
It does say here, though, that Saw was trained by Captain Rex and Anakin.
Yep.
So that, okay, yeah, that's actually pretty huge.
Yep.
That, holy shit.
Yep. Do you want to hear my reaction?
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
Do you want to hear it? Hold on.
I'm so excited!
I'm excited too, but I still have no idea who that character is because I'm not there yet. I'm like on season 3 or 4 or something.
Dude, seriously.
I'm so excited!
Yeah, so and somebody named Darth Vader is going to be in it too.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he's like this whole big thing. It's cool. Well,
but I just love the reaction. Oh my god, there's going to be in it. Yeah, no shit. Am I excited? Yeah.
A lot of people like when I woke up this morning and they were like, yeah, there's a whole big revelation and they revealed a bunch of stuff about Star Wars. Well, what is it? Darth Vader's going to be in the movie.
No shit.
Really?
No offense if I sound pretentious, but no shit.
Yeah, of course he was going to be in this movie.
It takes place before New Hope, maybe a few months before New Hope. Maybe, and he's of course is going to be around.
Yeah,
of course.
So,
right,
do we have anything else?
Let me see. Oh yeah, you can find all these photos of Rogue One online. There were a couple new. Empire like vehicles and I think they show Death Troopers up closely.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah, I do believe that they had they're not AT-ATs this time around. They're AT-ACTs.
Yeah, ACT, like, and there was an S in there too.
Yeah, they're cargo Imperial walkers, not like the armored battle ones that they had in Episode 5.
Right. So yeah, I'm super excited for that.